Hi friends, good week. How are you today? This is Vladimir and this is the weekly review for 18th of June 2012. Well, as I sent by email, the weekly review was not ready yesterday because of the elections in Greece. What did we get? We got the winners that support to stay in Europe and support to cut the expenses. Well, actually, to go with all the requests from Europe with Merkel at the top. How it's going to affect the market? Well, as so far we see the market does not too much excited from the last news. What does it mean for future? To be honest, from my point of view, everything right now is a speculation. As I did not think on the past that it's all going to happen because of Greece. I still don't think it's going to happen because of Greece. I think that all happening in Greece are really small problems from what could happen on other countries. That's why I'm not so excited from this news, and let's go for the opportunities for the upcoming week. The first two pairs will be the Aussie Canadian and the Kiwi against the Canadian, both coming to extreme. Taking a look on a daily chart, we can see that Aussie Canadian is on a 200 moving average, fighting a resistance area. Should make the first correction. We got a straight move up, and it created right now a duplication of the Bollinger Band since the break. If it does not hold these levels, the next levels the pair should try to attempt will be around 105 before it's making the fabulous move. But based on the daily chart and based on the 4-hour extreme areas we can see right now being built, right? We can see that the pair is making a duplication from here to here, right? Almost. From my point of view, as long as it's below 104, it should make the correction at least to the gap close. The gap close means 102.90, something like that approximately. That's my expectations for the first pair, Aussie against the Canadian. Then we have a wonderful New Zealandian against the Canadian. Let's find it. Here we go. New Zealandian against the Canadian, same story, but the difference is that this one breaks through the 200 moving average. Now it has a resistance right here. It has a little bit higher, and a 4-hour chart has a wonderful extreme situation already, which means that most likely the pair is going to make a correction to the trend line, the long trend line, which means we have a wonderful opportunities to look for sells. So New Zealand and Canadian is the second pair to make a trader. Then we have the pound against the New Zealandian, which, remember this one? Like several weeks ago we discussed how this up move is going to cover all the way down. How deep is going to be? Well, we can see that the continuing divergence on the daily started to build itself. The pair sits on the 200 moving average of the daily. The pair also has a trend line. Yes, it could break through, it can even go and test the support, maybe even the next support area, right? But we are coming to the edge. We can see the continuing divergence, we can see the overbought and the oversold, sorry, and the 4-hour chart. We can see long divergence build itself. Aggressive entries could start right now with additional parts on the next support. Conservative entry should be with the break of this trend line. How to confirm this trend line? By a break of this line, the resistance line of the RSI. A break above that, together with the break above the trend line, should open the doors for the pairs to move forward. 202 should be somewhere in between 203 should be the target for this wonderful pair. Let's continue. What else do we have here? We have a wonderful, interesting euro dollar, which is going to retest this trend line, and that's the exam, that's the test for the euro dollar. If it holds, it can go and continues higher all the way to 128 or even 129. If it breaks down, then we might start the next trade down. Careful with the euro dollar and watch out these levels. Same with the pound dollar. We can see there is a clear trend line. What will happen then? Probably will decide the future for the pair. So watch out these lines. Very interesting. Another pair is Canadian against the yen, which has clear sideways moves here. It's difficult to spot to put the exact spots, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a small tight sideways. I would say we have 5, 6, or maybe this is the 5 and this is the 6, and a break should come. If it keeps sideways, then leave it alone. But if the break comes within the next several, I would say within the next 2 days, this area should duplicate itself, or up or down. For one of the areas, it's probably going to make them move. If I have to bet, I don't have any idea for this pair, but if I have to bet, I would say it might go and try to break it up, going all the way to this trend line for a duplication of this sideways, which means to around 78, 90. Maybe a little bit lower, maybe even a little bit higher to around 79, maybe 78, 50 also could be a target. About the commodities, well, I would not deal with them. The situation here is really not clear. I prefer to skip this one. Same, of course, with the oil, which is zigzagging around. Really not clear. If it does push lower than 80, then 77, 76 would be the next levels to watch, but I really not sure about the oil. If it breaks and closes a daily chart above 85.60, then it most likely is going to push all the way to 89 or even higher. Except that I do not think we have any opportunities, and that's really enough for now for the upcoming week. Friends, it's time to be there. It's time to take risks again, and it's time to be there as the market should find a direction soon. No, it doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow or today or within 2 days, but the market is building its next direction. It's time to take risks. It's time to be in. Thank you very much for watching this weekly review. I wish you a wonderful week, and next week we meet as usual on weekend. Yours, Vladimir. Bye bye.